Welcome to our 30-day series of diving into the world of Web3. In today's video, we'll be discussing smart contracts. And at the end of this video, you will understand what smart contracts are and its uses, especially in the practical world. But before we go ahead to define what smart contracts are, let us first of all look at it from this angle. There is a platform called Kickstarter, and what this platform basically does is to enable people that have idea. Let's say, for instance, I have an idea, and this is my idea. I need to raise funds towards, or I need people to donate money for me. I can go on Kickstarter, register an account. They give me a page where I clearly communicate this my idea, and people that are interested in donating for me will donate. So I should have a target, maybe the target of $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, whatsoever amount I set it to within the stipulated time. People donate towards it, and once it hits that target, Kickstarter automatically disburses the funds to me, and I can now go ahead to do the execution. But if that time elapses and the target is not yet met, then Kickstarter can now go ahead and return back the money to those that donated. So this is exactly what the smart contract does on the Web3 space. But you might probably be wondering, if we already have a platform that does this job, why then do we need smart contracts? And this is where it gets interesting. Smart contract runs on blockchain technology. And in our previous videos, we've already established that the blockchain technology is immutable and it is a distributed ledger. This makes the smart contract even more secure than Kickstarter. And I'm going to explain this towards the end of this video. So stick with me on this ride. In essence, smart contract is a self-executing program that runs on the blockchain. It automatically carries out transactions when certain conditions are met. And for those of you that are programmers, you will know this if-else statement. So smart contract is just like, if this is met, then do this. If this, then that. Something relating to if-else statement in programming. So it checks if certain conditions are met before executing. Let's say, for instance, I can create a smart contract to sell my course, and I'll set this my cost for maybe $5 or $10. So if someone comes to my platform and makes payment of this cost, the smart contract checks to see if the person has made the payment. And once the person makes the payment, it automatically releases my cost to the person, or redirect the person to the link where I want the person to go to, or basically it checks if certain conditions are met and then it executes a certain action. Smart contracts remove the need for middleman or lawyer. Take note of these two words, smart and contract. So whenever you hear about smart contract, look at it as a normal contract. It's just like making an agreement with someone. You all know, for instance, if you want to purchase a land, you need to get a lawyer to make agreement to the person you're purchasing the land for here and there. This is what the smart contract does for you. You don't need to employ a lawyer. You don't need to get a middleman, because it is a contract and it is smart and it runs on the blockchain. Smart contract is the backbone of many platforms on the Web3 space, and it is majorly used in DeFi apps, NFT sales, games, insurance, and many more. Smart contract runs on the blockchain technology, and in our previous videos, we've established that the blockchain is immutable and it is a distributed ledger. This makes smart contracts very secure, in the sense that, using the previous example I gave you at the beginning of this video of me trying to use Kickstarter to generate or to raise funds towards my idea, if such were to be done using smart contracts, since it runs on blockchain and blockchain is a distributed ledger, it is totally transparent. Absolutely anybody can view it. Even people that are not participating in raising funds for me, they can go and view it. It is immutable in the sense that nobody can change any record, because blockchain is not just a single software that is lying somewhere. It runs on a network of computers all over the world. So if I even succeed in changing the record on the blockchain, I am changing it only on my computer. It is not changing, or it is not reflecting in all the computers all over the world. So as you can see, it is almost impossible to do any alterations, and as such, it is more secure. So it is very transparent. Absolutely anybody can view the transactions and nobody can cause any confusion in the space. In fact, using the smart contract, you don't need a lawyer. What would you need the lawyer for when smart contract is already acting as the judge? It is just like if this certain condition is met, then do this. So no matter what you want to do, if you do not meet up with that certain condition, you will not be granted access. If you want to buy my book, for instance, if you do not deposit certain amount of money to certain wallet address, you will not get the book. And it is not me that is doing it. Smart contract is actively working whether we are sleeping, whether you are sleeping or you are awake. It is independent of you. Once it is created and runs, it runs automatically, and nobody can cause any distortions or alterations in it. Even the person who created the smart contract cannot do alterations to it. Once it is created, it is created. And that is why when a smart contract stops being in use, people just stop using it and move on to the next one. You cannot stop it or destroy it. So you just abandon it and create a new smart contract. So you can see as such, it is very transparent. So all the smart contracts that have ever been created and all the transactions that have ever been done on it, you can still go and view it. Smart contracts are very powerful, but they must be carefully written. Why? Because a small bug can lead to big problems. So developers need to test everything before they put the smart contract to use. A lot of platforms on the Web3 space needs good programmers that can develop good smart contracts. So this is also a lucrative thing to go into. You can go and study the languages in creating smart contracts. I think the language is Solidity or Solidify. I can't remember the correct name, but you can go and study this language and then you start creating smart contracts. In fact, smart contract is the future on this Web3 space because majority of the platforms already run on smart contracts. More that will come will still run on smart contracts. The basic blockchain that is used in developing smart contracts is Ethereum. That is what Ethereum is even created for. But that does not mean that other blockchains cannot run smart contracts. Blockchains like Solana, Bitcoin, and others, just that Ethereum does it better. And that is basically all there is to today's video on smart contracts. In my next videos, we'll be talking about DAOs, which is decentralized organizations. These are like organizations in the Web3 space, but they are decentralized. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Turn on the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we upload a new video. And using the link in the description box of this video, join my Telegram channel to stay in touch.